Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Will Patterson, here again with a new video, and today I am critiquing your logo designs. It has been a while since I've been back from Iceland and it feels good, but I wanted to change this sort of, I don't know if I'd call it a series, but I wanted to change this up a tiny bit because I'm normally sat on my computer doing these, but I want to give you guys something about it as well. So again, as always, if you want to send in your logo critiques to me or hand lettering critiques or whatever, then send them in the email description down below. Do not send it to my work email, or otherwise you will literally be put in the trash can, because I don't respond to those ones on there. But if you go ahead and put it in the one in the description below, then I will respond to you either on here or on the email when I have the time. Okay, so let's have a look at the first one right here. Let me find the name of the guy. So this first one is from Eddie Hutchins, and he says, "Hi, I love your work. Could you do a crit for me on YouTube? Thanks in advance." Sure thing. I guess if you're doing a critique, or if you're asking me to critique something and it's a logo design such as this one here, then you have to tell me what it's all about. The main part of the design process is actually taking an idea and making it happen in a visual way. It's taking a representation of a company. If I don't understand the company, I won't know whether your logo works properly or not. So I'm not going to review this one or critique this one on the base of it being a functional logo. I'm going to critique the art of it. So this one is Polish Effects, and it kind of, the first thing that sticks out to me is the color use. I really like the effects on it, and I get it because you wanted a lot of effects on this, which is the one time that I can excuse a logo design having some effects on it. Something that I don't like is the actual swash under polish, because the polish looks like polishy. It has that descender of the actual Y down there. It would do much better with just one standard swoosh at the bottom, where it could be very legible. The thing about logo design is if I put this down really slow or small, it's not, I won't be able to see it very well. Now that's a huge problem for me and for anyone else who's looking at it, because already it looks like polishy effects. But if you take that swash and make it better, it will just like polish. I like the composition and the layout here. I guess it's to do with golf, because it's got like golf clubs at the back, but again, I don't actually know what it's for, so the golf clubs are irrelevant to me. I like the effects you've got going on here. The composition looks nice. I would see if you can maybe simplify it a little bit. Okay, so this next one is from Jack Eastwood, and he says this: "Hey Will, I love watching your logo critiques, and I think it would be good fun to show you a drafted idea for my own. It's for a company named Wolf Yo-Yo Works that makes modern professional grade yo-yos. The logo is intended to embody the traits of the products offered: powerful, fast, agile, and with a sense of being formidable and predatorial when faced in competition." Wow. The Owen Wolf has been designed so that it can be used by itself, for an example, when the laser engraved onto a yo-yo for a cleaner look. The thing that I'm having about this logo here is that I love the concept of the actual design itself. I love the wolf in there. Everything seems really balanced aside from the word yo-yo. If you were to maybe change the actual typeface of the word yo-yo below wolf, that may work a little bit better. Another thing is, I don't know how this logo is going to be put on the yo-yo. Now, a yo-yo is round, so maybe this could be put on half the side of the yo-yo, like down the middle of the yo-yo, but I'm struggling to see where it's going to fit on the yo-yo itself. It kind of looks like a semicircle if you blur your eyes, so I'm guessing it's going to be on the yo-yo as well. This is very legible, and I can tell straight away that, you know, people will see it only in the black and white version here, or sorry, should I say the black on white. But when it's the black and white version, it's more difficult to see the wolf inside it, I believe. It kind of looks like a pig, and that's not me digging at you, even though it is funny. It's just because of the way that our brains perceive negative space. So I wouldn't be able to tell you how to do this. I would actually have to take it into Illustrator myself and show you how to do it. But I love the concept of this. It's very nicely perceived. It's great for your target audience, which is like a 12-year-olds or even younger than 12-year-olds. Great for the target audience. Looks really cool. Aimed at boys, I believe, or marketed towards boys age about 6 to 10, I believe. But I think this looks really good. It's a very nice competitive logo. Okay, so this next one is from Julia Mason, and she says, "Hello, I'm Julia Mason, a graphic design student out of Tennessee. This is my logo for my freelance graphic design business, NUN, or none of your business." Ah, I get it, none of your business. That's class. That's what a cool name, none of your business. I hope you like it. I've included the colored and the black, white, grayscale version of the logo and the version with the tag line. Okay, cool. So this logo is actually pretty fun to look at. At first, it kind of looks like magnets to me, but that's because you've got NUN, none of your business, which is really a clever concept that you've got. Now, I wonder if you can go even more creative with this, because the black and white versions are good, but because they're grayscaled, and there's like 3 different colors on even the black and white versions, you're gonna have a bit of problem when it comes to like embossing it if you were to emboss something, and your logo wouldn't be exactly too functional in the print world. But I wonder whether you can create kind of like a whirly thing like this, like a snaky thing, because the NUN is kind of, you can make it into a kind of like a worm, right? Which it would be very creative and a cool logo to have with graphic design at the bottom. I love the typeface you got for graphic design. It fits really well. I would just make graphic design actually a tiny bit smaller so they're not actually protruding over the edges of the NUN. Because right now the actual G in graphic design is a bit too far out. So, or it perceives it to me because of our eyes is too far out. So you have to trust your eyes when it comes to stuff like this and actually make sure that the G is a bit lower down so it looks more optically balanced. Okay, so this next one is from Dashana. I cannot pronounce names during the critiquing videos, man. I'm so bad. It says, "Hi Will, I constantly follow your content and has helped me in a lot figuring out certain aspects in design. It's helped me a lot figuring certain aspects in design. I'm in the process of designing a logo for myself for a brand that I would like to start online. I'm not a designer by trade. I'm an IT guy who's trying to finally make use of passion for art. I had never had the chance to follow it from the beginning due to personal reasons." Okay, cool. So the main concept is galleries, okay? So the main concept is being able to view an idea or a bunch of ideas in a spread. So my favorite one is this one here, logo 16B. So this logo is actually very fun and it looks really cool. I can tell it's like a gallery. I can see where you're going for here. You've got the box there and the right angles. But this one here is actually really cool because it kind of looks like someone doing the rock out symbol as well. But it looks pretty cool. I like the balance of it. Now I would change the actual typography underneath where it says Minds Gallery, because the Minds Gallery has to be bold enough for people to see. So you don't want people just to see your actual, what is it, like the icon of the work. You want people to see the typography underneath it so they can get the words in their head as well as the visual representation of your brand. Would I do anything different to this? I think this logo design can work, and it can work as a systematical logo or a system-based brand logo, which means that you can change the logo ever so slightly, whether it's colors or shapes, just to fit your brand in different sections. So if you had like a media business with a design department, you can have this logo as like, you know, a pen, or if you had a print department, you can have it as a printer, and it can follow the same sort of rules in the shape. So there's a lot of potential with this logo and it's really cool. So well done, I really like that. The only things that would change is the type at the bottom, make sure it's centered, but yeah, it looks really good. The next one is from Tim Smith and he says, "Hey Will, my name is Tim and I'm 17 years old, studying graphic design and media. And one day I want to start my own design business that deals with design and video production." Awesome. So this logo is for that. So the first thing I'll say is that the actual icon looks very nice indeed. I like it. You've got the film reel there with a squiggle that sort of shows that it's a more hands-on based design company, and I think this will work very well. You've done a very good thing about this logo. You've been very literal with the actual film base and also the drawing base and, you know, the actual designing thing. My only gripe with this actually is the colors in the background is why you chose green. I'm not too sure. It's kind of like a weird slime green, and also you've got Tim Smith Media and all this with a background, or should I say a drop shadow on it. I don't think you need to present it in that way. You've got to be careful when you present logos to people like me, I guess, or people who are critiquing it, because they'll pick out the smallest details, such as the film reel here is actually very sharp on the edges, and I think you could refine that a bit more to make it a more circular shape on the edges. And also you could do more with the squiggle to make it look more like a squiggle, maybe less lines or less squiggles on the squiggle, if that makes sense. Also, Tim Smith Media looks very nice, but video production and graphic design needs to be made smaller because the video part needs to optically align with Tim Smith Media. So make that a tiny bit smaller, like so, and also bring it further down, so increase the leading on that, because it's too bulked together. You want to make sure that it's like, you know, a bit smaller, maybe increase the tracking, and also just like, I don't know, just scale it down and move the leading down. That's all what I can say. But the typeface on it, I'm not too sure what you use, but it looks very nice and it works very well. Naomi, I'm filming. Guys, thank you so much for watching that video. Naomi just called me, so I had to pick that up. But I want to give a huge shout out to Squarespace, who is sponsoring this video. Guys, if you don't know, I use Squarespace, which is an online website kind of makeup provider where you can create your own website to sell clothes on, to sell your designs on, to get clients, or just to have a portfolio on. It's really cheap, but also it's very easy to make a cool website. You can customize it and you can set up a load of different options and have a blog on there. It is a really fun place to be on, and it means that you don't have to worry about any web development. And if you want 10% off Squarespace, then click that link down below and show your appreciation to Squarespace. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment on your way out your thoughts about this video, and I'll catch you next time. See you soon. Goodbye.